Hey guys, Chad Lyman here. I'm a Funker Tactical contributor. Really grateful for that opportunity to be out on this uh, within that community. Uh, really appreciate the guys that are instrumental in making Funker Tactical a reality. And in addition, I'm a police officer in Southern Nevada, and I also work at Progressive Force Concepts. I'm the director of combatives at that company, and I also coach Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here in Vegas, Stream Couture MMA, one of the bigger gyms in the world. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about a product. I don't work for this company. I don't make a dime. They're not paying me. I won't get anything if they sell a light. I won't get anything if they don't. It's simply an opportunity for me to give you a look at a handheld secondary, like a tactical light. If you're in the market for one of those, or you're always looking for another option, this might fit the bill. So it's the Olight. You can Google those guys and learn a little more about them. It's the M2R Warrior, maximum 1500 lumens handheld light. They market it as a small tactical light. So that word gets overused a little bit, but it is a small light that you can use. I would market it or utilize it more as an everyday carry light or a secondary light to my primary lighting systems as a law enforcement officer. And part of my everyday carry gig, even in broad daylight, light like in this room, is a light, because they work. They have that effect of blinding someone even in broad daylight if you get a good flashlight. So that's something that I believe in carrying all the time. This particular light, they sent to me and they asked me to try it out. I don't take stuff out of the box and then talk about it to you guys. That's not what I do. I've had this light for several weeks now, to the point where they're probably a little concerned on whether I'm reviewing it or not, but I am. I've been using this light daily as an everyday carry light. I've also used it in training, both at the police department and in my personal training, and used it in multiple roles just to see how it performs. They didn't ask me to try to break it, so I haven't done that. I haven't run it over or shot it or thrown it off buildings or froze it in ice and then unfroze it or any of that stuff. But I have used it as I might use it every day, and I've used it in training, and it's just gotten scuffed up a bit. I've hit people with it in training scenarios. I've struck bags with it in practicing some of my everyday carry combatives with lights. I've used it as I would use a light every day. Some of the components of it, it's got an attachment here that you can attach into your pants, your pocket. As a police officer, when I've carried it, and I've actually carried it on duty on a couple gigs, on a police officer, you're going to put it in between your shirt, in between two buttons, and it sits right here as a secondary light. It's a little bit bigger than I like for that spot on my person, but it functioned well. Also, everyday carry, I might put it into a pocket. Where it's down low, it's in a pocket. That's also another option. The activator switch on the tail cap is flat, and that was interesting to me. A lot of other lights that I've used and carried for everyday carry have a rounded tail cap that you can push to activate. Olight has a secondary feature here, which is a smaller button just up from the end cap. And that smaller button, they say, is like a turbo button or your strobe. And then this would be your regular on-off, this rear button. I actually didn't like that feature in the middle of training. I don't want to have to figure out which button to push. And I'll use this as a strobe. I'll use it on. I'll use it off. I'm just using the tail cap. I didn't really like that secondary button, and that wasn't super functional for me. I kind of went away from that. Another thing that was that just occurred is this clip to clip the light into my shirt, into my pants, into my pocket, wherever I'm carrying it. The lights come out twice. Once was in a scenario-based training, law enforcement type thing, where I had it in my shirt and I was moving. and it came out, and I actually didn't realize it came out until I went to grab it, and then I looked, it was over on the ground. So I actually lost the light just moving dynamically, but the light came out of my shirt. That was a no-go. It stayed in the shirt for several other training iterations, but I would still look to improve that. It also came out of my pocket in some combative training once, and I've done combative training multiple times with the light on my person. It's come out once. So in several weeks, the light's come all the way out twice on its own, and that's something that I would look to improve. But for an everyday carry, the clip's more than sufficient. But I think outside the box, I'm actually going to be using this light in a combative environment, and so I would make some improvements there. The light's performance itself has been very, very good. I haven't had to recharge it yet. One of the things I was attempting to do is work the light in an everyday carry fashion and training fashion until it dimmed out, and then recharge it, and then being able to report to you guys on how that process worked. It's actually got great life for coming out of the box. I haven't had to recharge it yet after that initial charge. One of the unique features for recharging this light are it comes with a outlet that you could plug into a computer or into the wall, and then a round circular magnetized portion, and you can just plug this light directly into a power source and it will recharge your light. That's pretty unique. I'll get back to you guys on how that works over time, but once again, I haven't needed to do it yet. The light's performed over a multi-week period very, very well without recharging. I like the life in the battery of the light. It also comes with this little wrist lanyard that you could attach the light and maybe be working with a handgun going through the house or something, and it would be attached. And in theory, you know, you could drop it and handle your manipulations and pick the light back up. I can tell you right now, for the way that I work this little thing, that's not going to hold up. I'm going to snap that. I'm going to break that. I like the wrist lanyard, but I'm going to need to find a more robust connection point to the light itself. Other than that, that's not going to last. It also comes with this little holder pouch. I've got my own pouches. I don't care for that. And traditionally, if I'm doing everyday carry, I just put it in a pocket. Now, some benefits of this flat tail cap design. If you think of other flashlights that have a tail cap activator, they're raised. And many times, I'll put a light in a bag similar to this for everyday carry. I'll throw the light in the bag, zip up, and other items will begin to push on the light, and the light gets activated in the bag, and the battery is dying, and you don't even realize the light's on, or it's giving off a light signature when you don't want it to, whatever the case may be. So I really like this flat surface here. At first it was a little weird, but it's circular, and I can feel that with the pad of my thumb. So it's very, very easy to find, very, very easy to activate. I've done combatives where I fought with it in my hands. I can activate it easily, shine that light, move, punch behind it. I can punch with the light. I can hammer fist, whatever I need to do. I can do takedowns with the light, handle a handgun without the wrist lanyard. I can handle my handgun with the light, okay, here, wherever I need to go. Those things are all very, very doable with this M2R Warrior Olight in my hands. So I found it to be reliable over the weeks that I've had it. I've used it multiple times. It's still going strong, and it's overall performed very, very well. I Googled these guys online. The price point on the light's very, very reasonable if you're in the market for a light. Once again, I don't make any money if they sell lights, if they don't sell lights. I get the same I'm getting now. So this is simply Chad Lyman giving a company's product some testing, and then reviewing that process. That's all this is. If you're in the market though for an everyday carry light or a secondary light, this certainly has some advantages. One other thing that was odd when I put it into bags was if there was something metal, there's a magnet on the bottom near the butt cap. And metal objects would sometimes get on that and then activate the light. And so it'd be in my bag, it would suck the metal object to it, and then the light would activate. And this happened to me twice with a carabiner, I believe, in one of my bags. It's an easy fix. I just took the carabiner out and I made that pouch a light pouch, and that gives me quicker access to the light anyway. So the fix for that was easy, but that was something that I did have to deal with the light that was odd, that I've just never had before. Anything metal is going to get attracted to this end of the light. It's going to suck it to it, and it sometimes activates the light, and then your light's just burning and you're not utilizing it. So then when you take it out, it might not work. That's a no-go. That's a downside there. Overall, though, excellent reviews of the product as well. If you go online, they get excellent reviews. They're certainly passionate about making lights, and they've been very responsive to me. And in fact, they would probably even like more contact from me back to them. They're on top of it. Good company. The light arrived rapidly, and it's worked very, very well right out of the box, just as I would envision an everyday carry light or a secondary carry light. It's a great little handheld light. If you're in the market for one, give them a look them up online, and you'll find them under Olight, and they've got multiple options there as well. This is just one option that they have. So give these guys a try. No matter what light you use, make sure you're training with it. As always, go train a little, a lot. Thanks, guys. Get ready, stay ready. See you on the next one.